Hello and welcome to class. Kevin Hurricane Hudson here. Now tonight, I sent out an email today explaining that I was going to be working on stretching you out really good and getting a good stretch. So, excuse me, I just ate a protein bar and drunk my water. We've been here teaching tonight. But anyway, what I want to do is get you a good stretch tonight. A lot of people have been emailing me with questions about flexibility and how, you start martial arts training late in life, maybe you're not as flexible as you would like to be. And that's okay, because we can help you. Anybody can improve their flexibility. Now, you might not be able to do the split one day, you might not be able to go all the way down, but you can improve your flexibility. And kicking head high is the cool thing to do. However, in a dangerous situation, you never kick that high. In a dangerous situation, I wouldn't kick above the waist anyway, okay? So, in a dangerous situation, you're looking at kicking, knee level, groin level. That's pretty much it as far as kicks. Now, when you're sparring, like if we're sparring in class, kickboxing or sparring, obviously for safety reasons, we like to kick above the belt most of the time. Sometimes we do some leg kicks, but most of the time it's above the waist. So then your flexibility comes into play. Now in class, when you're working on your kicks, your flexibility is going to help you tremendously because it'll help you not compensate technique. Meaning, a lot of people that lack flexibility, they compensate their technique and their form in order to get a higher kick, and that's wrong. You don't need to be doing that. You want to try to kick as high as you can comfortably without compromising your technique and the form, okay? So let's get started. What I'd like to do is take you through just a brief warm-up. And as far as stretching, what I would recommend to improve your flexibility tremendously is to stretch 3 times a day. One when you wake up in the morning, within an hour of waking up. So get up out of bed before you eat breakfast, or even after you eat breakfast, sit in the floor in your bedroom or whatever, and do some simple, easy stretches. And what we do tonight, or what we do in class, those are the types of stretches you need to be doing. Stretching your inner thighs, your hamstrings, your quadriceps, your lower back, your glutes. You need to be stretching that out, as well as your upper body, because if you neglect your upper body, you'll end up having shoulder, neck problems, back problems as we go through this thing as you get older. So it's important that you stretch your entire body. So like I said, stretch 3 times a day, once in the morning when you wake up, sometime during the middle of the day, like lunchish, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then before you go to bed at night. That's important. Now the stretches you do when you wake up and before you go to bed, those are going to be kind of a cold stretch. So you have to be careful not to strain anything or tear any muscles, but they're very important. They help you tremendously. One of the ways I improved my flexibility so much in a short period of time, obviously I was a little boy, I was a child, but I stretched every day at least 3 times a day. At the time when I went to karate class, that was an extra stretch. So I was stretching 4 times a day, 4 days a week, and then the days I didn't go to karate, which was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when I was a kid, I stretched 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. So that's very important. I was a weird kid. I would ask my school teacher to let me go to the bathroom so I could go in there and do a couple stretches. I was a weird kid. But I wanted to get where I could do the split. And one of my goals is to be able to do that until I depart from this earth. So I'm hoping that I'll continue that so I can do this. All right? Now, let's bow in and let's do a brief warm-up, and then we'll do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of serious stretching. And my helper, Stephen Lasso, he's going to follow me with the camera. So when I get on the floor, you can watch and make sure you're doing the stretches at home. So do it exactly like I do it tonight, and that way you'll be able to increase your flexibility, and you can send me a picture of you doing the split one day too, all right? All right, face here, yours, together, ready? Now, I had one gentleman today email me and asked me to send him the student creed that we say every class, and I will definitely do that, and if you want a copy, you can email me too. Or if you have any questions tonight about what we're doing, you can email them to me straight to kevinhurricanehudson@gmail.com. And I got my phone over there. We'll check it before we sign off tonight. That way I can answer any questions you have. Again, it's kevinhurricanehudson@gmail.com. All right? Let's warm up a little bit. Let's put our feet down. We're going to start with some jumping jacks to get good and warm here. Let's do about 35. Just kind of get the blood flowing. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, now we're gonna do a couple punches, kind of get our blood flowing in our upper body. So what I'd like for you to do is get to a good kiberachi. Kiberachi is horse riding stance. Your knees are bent, back is straight, good posture. All right, put your right hand out, this hand on your side. Let's do a couple together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, now let's do a couple stretches here. I'm gonna start with the top and go all the way down. Okay, so I'm gonna do an extended stretch tonight so you can follow along at home. All right, just lay your hands by your side, relax your shoulders, rotate your head in a circle. And like I say, this stretch is a little more in depth than what I normally do in class. The other way is I just want to take you through a really good stretch today. All right, now let's take our head and lean side to side. Pull our ear toward our shoulder. As you get older, you have to work on stretching your neck out to reduce stress. All right, now here's what I want you to do. Put your fingers under your chin, push your head up, stretch out your neck. All right, now pull your neck head down gently. All right, and relax. Now, feet a little more than shoulder width. Hands on your hips. Now we're going to rotate our hips around. So you want to try to keep your head in one spot, and you're rotating your hips, loosen up your pelvis area and your lower back. Other way. All right. Now, so I'm going neck, hips, and then we're going to go to knees. All right, other way again. Now, one reason to maintain good flexibility is obviously the reduced likelihood of an injury. So that's very important. Now pull your feet together, bend your knees, put your hands on your knees, rotate your knees in a circle. So you do knee circles. I know the times I've worked out with the Japanese training, they were big on doing knee circles for some reason. Other way. All right, so just warm that knee joint up. Other way. All right, and relax. Shake your legs out a little bit. Now, what I'd like for you to do is put your feet apart again, arms out, rotate your shoulders around in a big circle. So we did the neck, we did the hips, lower back, and then the knees, now the shoulders, backwards. Good job. One forward and one backwards. This is your coordination test. So you can do this, you can pass any test you need. Other way. All right, now put your arms out, go side to side. Stretch your back out. All right, now let's spread our feet a little bit. Straighten your knees. And what I'd like for you to do, and Steve, if you could, make sure you get me all in the camera. What I'd like for you to do is turn your feet kind of in. So your feet are pointed in toward the middle, like a triangle. Okay? Now hold up your right hand. I want you to lean over and touch your left foot over here. Okay? Now try to keep your knees straight and your feet flat on the floor. Okay? Now, like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at kevinhurricanehudson@gmail.com, and that way I'll answer it in the class. Okay? Now, when you're stretching, let's talk about breathing. All right? Let's switch, go this side. Make sure that you're not holding your breath, because that will impede your stretching quite a bit. So what I like to do is when I'm here, I inhale, and as I exhale, I want to try to reach a little farther. So that exhaling is going to let me kind of relax a little more, and pull down toward that ankle, and stretch out my hamstrings, my glutes, my lower back. Now, feet still apart, hold up both hands. Now, I want you to grab both ankles and pull your head down, just like so. And remember to not hold your breath. Make sure you breathe. Now, once we've done that, let's do this. Let's put our feet a little wider in shoulder width. We're going to squat down take your forearm, push out on your knees. Okay? All right. Now, just squat, try to sit your bottom down, feet flat. You just stretch out, kind of sit down like a frog or a sumo squat. My kids in class call it a frog squat, but I like the sumo rest for idea better. All right, although, hope I don't ever get that big. Sit down on the floor, spread your feet out. Now, you want to make sure your feet are apart, your back straight, you got good posture, okay? Now, what I like for you to do is you're going to hold your hands up, and we're going to reach toward the front. Inhale and exhale and reach toward the front as far as you can. Keeping your feet turned up toward the ceiling, okay? Don't roll your feet down when you lean forward, all right? Inhale, exhale. And we want to just relax and try to lay down as far as you can go here. And if you can't go all the way down, it's okay. It takes time to get where you can do that. When I started, I couldn't do it either. Okay, so we're leaning down like this. I'll just rest here a minute. Okay, and keeping your feet turned up. Okay, up. All right, now sit up. Now, take your head and lean to the left. Same thing, good posture, belly tucked, back straight, and we're going to lean this way. And we're not necessarily taking our head to our knee, because what that's going to do is round our back off. We don't want to round our back off. We want to take our chest toward our knee with our chin looking, our eyes looking that way, okay? That way we're stretching out, stretching our hamstring and not necessarily as much our lower back, or rounding our back, curling our back forward. So look this way, pull down, try to grab your foot with your hand, keep your other hand on your leg, and pull. Now something very valuable here that you can learn from this, don't put your hands on the floor. Because what will happen, human nature, pain hurts, right? So, if you put your hand on the floor, you're going to resist yourself. And believe it or not, it's subconscious, but you will. So try to put your hands on your legs and pull, okay? You can get both hands on your ankles or foot, that's fine. That'll help you even more. Pull down, okay? Notice I'm not rolling my back over. I want to stay kind of straight here and pull down, okay? Now, let's try the other side. Same thing. Sit up good and tall. I'm going to look to the right. Now remember, don't roll your head down. Look out. Grab your foot. Hand on your leg. Pull. You can grab your whole foot. That is wonderful. Okay? So here we are. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Don't hold your breath. Now what I like to do as I'm stretching is each time I go to each side, count. Count in your head or count out loud in the class. That two things that get your mind off the pain, and it gives you a standard time on both sides. That way you're equal. Okay? I don't know. I guess I'm OCD or something. All right, so let's try this. Sit up tall, hands behind your head. Now, feet turned up, just like so. Lean over and put your elbows onto the floor. Can't get your elbows down, grow longer elbows. Okay? All right, down. Just like so. Now, if you can't reach the floor, just hang over and hope one day you will, okay? You just got to work at it. Sorry, it's been a long night. I'm a comedian tonight, too. All right, now let's do this. Let's pull our feet in like so. Put the bottom of your feet together. Pull them in good and tight. Okay, now, pull them in tight. Bounce your knees up and down just like so. All right, just go stretch. Try to keep your body up. I like to hold on my legs, my feet, because that keeps them in tight. I'm sitting up good and tall, just like so. Okay. Now, let's do a couple other stretches seated since we're going a little more in depth with the stretching tonight. Leave your left foot in here. Put your right foot straight out. Okay, I want you to sit up nice and tall. And this one's in tight, in the middle. Remember, this is straight. Your foot is turned up. We're going to reach toward that foot. Try to put your head to your leg. Now remember, don't roll your head over. Put your chin on your chest. Keep your chin up. And look out. Try to grab your foot. Put this on your leg. Pull. Okay? I actually have a very tight lower back because of my lack of stretching my back through the years. My hamstrings are very flexible, so they compensate more for my back. And what has happened to me is I've ended up with a fair amount of low back pain because of neglecting to stretch my lower back. So one of the things I want you to do is not do that. I want you to stretch your lower back as well as your hamstrings so that everything will work together properly. You won't have one compensating for the other side. Let's do this one, put this one straight, pull this one in tight. Now, we'll sit up nice and tall. Reach out, try to grab that foot.
Pull that head down. Nice stretch.
Now, sit up. Now, what we can do is, let's go back to the other side for a second. Since we're talking about lower back, one of the good stretches you can do is let's put our right leg straight. So when you're seated on the floor facing me, your right leg will be straight. You'll take your left foot, you'll put it over, just like so, over your right leg. Now, you're going to take your right arm and turn to the left. Now, I'm doing this backwards. I'm your mirror, so you do it exactly like I'm doing. And you're going to look around to the back, just kind of push with your right arm to kind of stretch out your lower back and do a seated, I think some of the old timers call it seated spinal twist, which is kind of scary, but that's what you can call it. Seated spinal twist. So we're turning this way. And make sure you're breathing. It's hard to breathe sometimes when you turn it like this, but try your best. Alright, so let's switch sides. Put your left foot straight. Right foot, you're going to pull it over, just like so. Now you're going to take your left arm, you're going to turn and put it against your knee. You're going to turn around to the back, and you're going to turn this way. You're going to give me a nice stretch, looking the other direction, okay? All right, now, so that's a good little lower back stretch. Also doing a bridge, which I'll show you a bridge in a minute. Sometimes bridges, one of my mentors that I've worked with through the years named Matt Fury. Some of you guys may know Matt. Mr. Fury is real big on doing bridges because he was a wrestler. But lower back pain sometimes can be alleviated by doing bridges, neck bridges or back bends. I'll show you one of those in a second. Let's put this foot out here. Now, put your feet about 6 to 8 inches apart. Sit up nice and tall. Hold your hands up. Reach. Try to grab your toes. Just like this. And just kind of relax and stretch that lower back. Because what I'm doing here, instead of stretching my hamstrings, in my case, my hamstrings are pretty flexible. I'm actually concentrating on my lower back area right now. And I can feel it stretching my lower back, even though I reach out and grab my feet. Put your heels on the floor. That's one of my cool tricks. So here we go. Okay. This is a really good stretch. Now, let's do one of our back bends. I'm gonna turn sideways for you here. What you're gonna do is put your feet flat. You're gonna put your feet tight against your bottom. Just lay down like so. I like to pull them in. Just kind of squat up here, and then you're gonna push up. And this is a great stretch for your lower back or your abdomen. Okay, and you just look behind you. So, you can do that one at home. That was a little more challenging, but I do that if my back's hurting at night. I do a couple of bridges, and I'll get on my head and do my neck, kind of on my head and roll around a little bit. That's awesome to help my lower back, kind of alleviate some of that pain. Okay, so let's stand up. Now, turn around with my feet. All right, so that's the basic. Now that stretch, if I'm looking at the clock right now, it took about 14 minutes for that. And what I like to do now is do a couple of stretch kicks to top it off with, just to kind of loosen them legs up a little more. So what I like to do is take your right foot, I want you to put it behind you like so. Put your right hand out here, take the other hand, put it against your face, okay? Now when I say one, you're going to swing this up, touch your toe to your finger, and give me a good one, sir. Let's count all. Ready? One. One, sir. Two. Two, sir. Three. Three, sir. Four. Four, sir. Five. Five, sir. Six. Six, sir. Seven. Seven, sir. Eight. Eight, sir. Nine. 9, sir. All right, let's switch sides. Put our left foot in the rear. Put our right hand up here. Anytime you're extending one arm, you want to learn to protect yourself with the other arm. All right? Now, so left foot in the rear, this here, this here. Let's do them together. Ready? 1. 1, sir. 2. 2, sir. 3. 3, sir. 4. 4, sir. 5. 5, sir. 6. 6, sir. 7. 7, sir. 8. 8, sir. 9. 9, sir. All right. That's our stretch kicks. Now, at the end of every stretch, the last thing you need to do is your split. Okay? Because it's just a cool thing to do. Now, when you do your split, you want to go down as far as you can until you feel a nice stretch in here. You may feel it out here in your hip area, which is normal if you haven't stretched a lot. And just go down and hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. All right, let's try it. So you're going to spread your feet out. Keep your feet flat if you can. Put your palms on the floor to brace yourself and spread those feet out. Just like so. Okay? Wow, that stretching works. All right? So I just hold this for about 10 seconds. Kind of roll it around a little bit. Make sure I get every part of my inner muscles there. And I'm going to sit back and stand up. Okay? All right, now. What I like to do now, we got a good stretch. Everybody's loose, feeling pretty good. What I like to do now is go over and start our first kata, Takatu Shodan. Now the reason I'm doing this, I've had a couple people send me tests recently for their yellow belt, and they did Takatu Shodan. I want to point out a couple of nuances that might help you improve your kata and make it better. Okay? So Takatu Shodan is our first kata that we learn. It means first cause, C-A-U-S-E. I know I'm from the South and it sounds like cause, but it's first cause, okay? C-A-U-S-E. So, let me start out with it. Takatu Shodan is in the shape of an eye. It's a precursor to the Heian kata. So as we progress and you're working on your orange belt, obviously yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, brown, all the way up to black, you'll learn the 5 Heian kata. Heian Shodan, Heian Nidan, Sandan, Yandan, and Godan, okay? Now, the first one, Takatu Shodan, is our basic kata, so that's the one we start with. All right, so let me go over with you a little bit. Preparatory stance. Now, realize you're facing me. If I turn this way, it's hard for you to hear me and see me. But what I like to do is do the first 4 moves facing you so you can watch. Remember, I'm starting to the left. Then I'm going to turn this way. I'll do the first 4 moves facing that way. That way you can see me doing from the rear, which is the viewpoint that you should be at when you do them. All right? Everybody got it? All right, let's try it. All right, first cause, preparatory stance. Now, remember, karate always begins and ends with respect. So we're going to bring our feet together. Yoi, right? Ray means bow. Preparatory stance, okay? Now, first move is a down block, okay? So we're going to look to the left. We're going to turn, make a nice down block. What stance are we in? You guys remember? Zenkutsu Dachi, forward stance. We're in a Zenkutsu Dachi. So first move, we're going to look to the left, cross our hands, turn, block down. Nice forward stance. Front knee bent where you cannot see the toes on your front foot. Back leg straight as you can get it. You want both feet pointed forward, your hips, shoulders, and eyes facing the direction you're traveling. Okay? Whew. That's move 1. Okay? Move 2, I'm going to step and do a front punch. Okay, so that's the first 2 moves of Takatu Shodan. Now let me do that going this way. So if I'm facing you, we're going to do it like this. 1, 2. Okay? Now, I'm going to turn my back to you so you can see me do it going that way. Because when you do it at home and you're doing it tonight, you're facing the camera or you're facing the screen, so you do it just like this, okay? If I turn this way, from here, we start to the left. 1, 2. Okay, forward stance. All right? Everybody got that? First 2 moves. Takatu Shodan. Now, move 3 and 4. We're going to KT around. KT means to turn. We're going to KT around and do a down block with the right hand. So watch. All right? From here, look to the left. 1, 2. Now, move 3. Front foot goes around to the outside, meaning this is the outside, this is the inside. So I'm going to go that way. Down block. Remember, when you do your down block, something you need to think about, this hand is 6 inches over this knee. Now, move forward. Step. Front punch. Okay. First 4 moves. Down block punch, down block punch. Okay? Now, let's do it together. I want you to do it with me. I'm going to count, and we'll do it together. All right? First 4 moves. Let's do it. All right. Tiger your shirt on. Now, I tell you what, Stephen, you count it for us since I'm turning this way at a slow pace. Okay?
Yes, sir. All right. Yoy, feet together. Bow. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So, that's my first 4 moves. Now, let me go ahead and get you to number 8. Okay? Remember I told you earlier it's in the shape of I. Now, I think all of you have access to the videos to go for yellow belt. Okay? And I know today one of my students alerted me that evidently there's not enough videos to go to orange or green on there. I'm missing some things. I'm afraid that we've misplaced some videos. So whatever happens, we're going to get them on there. We're going to get you guys moving in the right direction. However, this is paramount. This kata is very, very important. My first sensei, when we started class, every class we did this kata 4 to 8 times. Every class. And he always told me, you ain't got it right yet. You got to keep working. So we work. So, you know, this is very important to get a good foundation. All right, let me show you those first 4 moves. Then I want to add 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 punches. Most of you know this already, so let's do it together. Just watch me this time, then I'll turn back to you and you can do it with me. All right? Tiger do showdown. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, next move. Turn it to the front of the room, 90 degrees. Okay? So if I made the bottom of the eye, now I got to turn toward the middle. Turn. So I'm coming toward you now. Now, the next 3 moves are very simple. I'm stepping and doing 3 front punches. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And you key out on the 3rd move. Okay? Let me back up. I'm going to turn my back to you. Make sure you can see from your perspective how it should look as you're doing it with me tonight. All right? So let's do it together. Steven's going to count for us again. Okay? Tiger do showdown.
All right. Feet together. Bow. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright, so first key out. That's the midway point. So that's the 8 moves. We have made a big T, basically, is what we made. The bottom and the middle. Now, since we're here together tonight, let's go ahead and finish this whole thing. There are 20 moves. So I'm going to go ahead and do 9, 10, 11, 12. That way I'll complete the I shape. Excuse me. I'll complete the I shape. So we did the bottom, the middle, then the top is where we complete the I shape. And then to finish the kata, we got to retrace what we have already done. All right? So let me do this. Let me do the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me go to 12. Okay? Remember in the kata, when you turn, when you kick T, Steve, do me a favor. Go over there and cut that heat off. Just hit on the bottom left. Walk around outside of me. Hit the bottom left button once. It'll cut it off so you hear better. All right. When you turn, you're always going to turn to the outside with your front leg, except twice. After you ki, after move 8, and then after move 17, you're going to move your back leg, and you go to the outside with your back leg. So let me do the first 12. I think you said. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kia! There's a kia. That's our spirited yell. Okay, now Remember I said you always move your front leg, except twice. This is the first one. After you did your third punch, you're going to move your rear leg. So we're going to turn. Number 9. Technically, it's a 270-degree turn. So if 360 was all the way around, we turn 270 degrees. 180 is directly from one direction to the other one. 270 is all the way to this way. So that's number 9, 7 punch 10. Now, 11, we're going to move our front leg. We're going to go around to the outside again and turn 180 degrees to the other side. Turn. 11. Now, 12. So now I've done the entire eye. Okay, 12 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm going to turn my back to you, and then we're going to do that together. All right? So, when you're doing this at home, get far enough away from the screens so you don't hit us. And then just follow along with me, all right? Steven's going to count it again. That way I can just do it. We'll do it at a slow pace so you can get the hang of it. Notice, I'm relatively tall, so getting in a low stance is important. The style of karate that we start you off with is Japanese Shotokan. That's the katas we were doing. And it's based on a tiger, so it's low to the ground. Okay, if you ever watch Animal Planet and see a tiger attack something, it gets down real low. So that's kind of what we're doing here, okay? All right, so, Tiger Shodan. Go ahead, Steve.
Feet together. Bow. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So we made the whole thing now. Now, 13 is just starting back down the eye, retracing what we already did. Okay? Now, if you want me to send you, I have a diagram that I can scan it and send it to you that I drew years and years ago. And it shows you the eye, and it's got a DB for a down block, a FP for a front punch. So it might help you understand this if you're having trouble with it. So now, let's go back down the center of the eye to retrace what we already done. So this is 12. 13 is a 90-degree turn with our front leg. So that's where we're at. Okay, remember I started with my back facing you. I'm coming back down the eye. So 13, tell me what's next. 3 what? Front punches. You got it. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Release. Now to finish the kata, remember I told you, there's only 2 times you use your back leg. And the times you use your back leg is after the 3 consecutive techniques. So now, take my rear leg, go all the way to that leg. Remember you turn to the rear, all right? Don't stand up like I just did. Get down in a good stance, all right? So turn, punch, turn, punch. Now, this is the last move. Now, I always tell my students, when you finish your kata, you stay there and you stance train. You hold a good solid stance until I tell you yame. Yame is stop. Now, I started facing that way, so I have to finish facing that way. Yame. Ready? All right, so everybody got it? We did all 20 moves. I'll tell you what. Let me count it facing you one more time, and then I'll do it facing the other direction so we can do it together. This way you can watch, okay? All of these katas that you're going to learn for the first year and a half of your training are going to start going to the left. So keep that in mind. You always start going to the left. So just watch me, and then we'll turn around and we'll do it together, the whole kata, okay? All right, I can do shodan. I'm going to count it. I'm going to do it slow so you can kind of see. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. There's our kia. That's your spirited yell. Back leg. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now remember, we got 3 front punches. 14, 15, 16. Release. Now right here, remember after you do 3 techniques, you use which leg? Back left. 17, 18, 19, 20. Come in. Bow. All right, got it? So we got 20 moves. 20 moves. And you're doing the whole kite. Now we're doing it at a pace that you can keep up. That's about the pace you need to do if you do it by yourself. I'll tell you what, Stephen, come out here and I'll let you do it again. I'll count it. And I'm going to follow him and make sure that you got it. So what I'm going to let you do is, face that way, please, sir. Turn, put your back to us. Now, I'm going to count, and I'm going to let him do the kite. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to follow Stephen. All right, Takadu Shodan, yoy. Now, you at home, you follow along and do this with us. Bow. All right, here we go. On count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a ki. Now remember, after you ki, you're going to use your rear leg now. Ready? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And remember, he ki-eyed. Come back down the middle of the eye. Now we're going to move our back leg. Ready? 17, 18, 19, 20. Yummy. Facing back the way he started and bow. Very good, very good. All right, now, thank you, good job. All right. Now, so what was the name of that kata? Takatu Shodan. Takatu Shodan. So, tonight we covered a good little stretch, and it would behoove you to do that stretch every day, 3 times a day. Now, I know you think, golly, man, I'm at work, I can't stretch. Just take a few seconds, go to the bathroom, stand in the corner, wherever you got to go. Just stretch a little lightly on your own. You don't have to sit down if you don't want to. Just stand up, touch your toes, do the cross stretches we did, left and right toe, you know, right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Just do those standing because that'll help. And then before you go to bed at night, make sure you do the complete stretch. Okay? Make sure you're breathing when you're stretching. And make sure you're not holding your breath because that's going to hurt you. Okay? All right, now, one other thing, let's just check our questions. Stephen, grab that phone and just turn it on. Let me look and see. Well, let me see if I got any questions. If you guys have any questions, like I say, please feel free to email it to us. I know last week we had somebody win a gi last week, but this week we had not doing any drawings. All right. Now, if you don't look like you have any questions, I must be a really good teacher. All right. But if you have any questions, feel free to email anytime. Kevin Hurricane Hudson at gmail.com. I just give you that because it's easy for you to remember. Obviously, I got a couple other emails that you probably get stuff from me from, I think K. Ray Hudson at Bell South or Hurricane Marshall at bellsouth.net. If you have any questions, please let me know. I know I'm getting a good number of you guys on board. Nothing enthuses me more than helping you guys become black belts and improve your life through martial arts training. Because I tell you, knock on wood, we've been in business 21 years now, in business, teaching karate as a profession. It's been the greatest thing I could ever accomplish. God gave me a blessing to be able to do this, so I'm trying to help you guys. Believe it or not, March 5th, I'm going to share this with you. March 5th, what is March 5th? March 5th is next week. Let me look what day that is. My phone, I got an iPhone 1. Hey, next Tuesday night, be here, March 5th. You know what March 5th is? March 5th is my 34th year. That's the day, 34 years ago, March 5th, I started training in martial arts, okay? So I changed my life. Next Tuesday will be the anniversary. My wife asked me, was I going to count it this year? Sure, I'm going to count it. It's not that big a deal to me because it just means I'm alive, okay? When I stop doing karate, that's when I die. So I'm hoping I'll be here a long time with you guys, all right? Hey, listen, like I say, I enjoy working with you guys every week. Tell your friends about it. If you got some friends that you think would benefit from our training, please let them know. Karate, maybe it ain't for everybody, but everybody needs to try it. And everybody needs to try it for at least 6 months. That way they'll know if it is or isn't for them. Because I know more people have thought it wasn't for them, and once they tried it, they realized it changed their life for the better. And I want to thank you for being a part of this program with me, coming on here each week, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Show up, we'll do karate together, all right? If you have any questions, like I say, please feel free to email me. I look forward to seeing you next time in class, all right? Y'all ready? Ready? Thank you very much. Hey, you have a great night.